Right, let's talk about OBS, shall we?
Yes, OBS, the screen recording software.
Yes, what about it?
Uh, I was just thinking if BS counts for bullshit, then wouldn't OBS count for obnoxious bullshit?
I have a feeling that's what it would stand for, yeah.
Because it sure as hell it sure as hell is obnoxious,
It really
and
is.
half the time it uses the power of bullshit to record.
Yeah. That, and how much storage it takes just to install it, too.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Very unbelievable, yeah. Anything else?
I have a story with OBS.
Alright, tell it. Let's hear the story.
One time I accidentally clicked record while I
Yeah.
was just talking to my friend,
Uh-huh.
and apparently I had accidentally recorded up to like I think several days, not several. It didn't have that much storage, but uh it was like a full day's worth of me just playing survival Minecraft. And I looked at it and I realized I had not talked because I never realized I was actually being recorded.
Oh my god.
So I had to scrap the entire thing,
Oh my god.
but it made a lot of sense
Yeah.
because before I deleted it, I went to
Mhm.
go download a game that normally I had plenty of space for. I went to
Mhm.
go download the game. It said system storage full, delete something, and I was like, "What happened?
And that's
What
And then that's when you
did?"
checked your OBS recorder and found out it was recording, right?
And I was like, how long has this been running? What?
Oh
I,
my
initially,
god.
Initially, I thought like a virus had just been like, yeah, you know what, your storage mine now. But no, OBS, what the fuck?
OBS took like 90% of your storage. That's hilarious.
Never trust OBS. Trust it like a device. Never.
Exactly. I actually have another story for you with another screen recorder. So you know how I have a crappy ass Chromebook, right?
Yep.
And how the screen recorder does not pick up anything unless you're wearing a headset, and even then it'll only pick up your voice, not even the game.
Understandable. That is pretty cringe, but yeah.
Yeah. So a similar story to your experience. I was, sitting there minding my own business, and then I didn't realize I had accidentally tapped in the record command. And, I was just stewing about the internet, looking at internet stuff. And then a few days after, I went to download an image and it said storage full. It didn't enunciate the F, but it was like, your storage is full, sir. Because, yeah. And I was like, what the hell is taking all of my storage? So I looked, and the screen recorder was going.
Something's not right here.
Something doesn't feel right.
Private conversation you had with your friend? Nah, that was public now.
Yeah. The private shit you look at on the internet, yeah, that's going all over the place.
This is why I don't have a hotkey to go live, because I kid you not, if I ever press that button, I'm gonna be screwed.
You definitely probably would be.
Quickest way to get quickest way to get like 1,000 people watching. You don't even realize you're recorded. You just like, I'm going on with my day like a normal person. I'm just playing games. People logging on, being like, I wonder what this man is doing. Seems cool.
Yeah. So I am so glad that Microsoft Xbox can only record 10 minutes of footage.
Shadow play. You're safe for about 10 seconds.
Yeah. At least with my phone screen recorder, you get like 3 seconds to prepare, right?
3 seconds before 3 seconds of mess up before everything goes terribly, terribly wrong.
Or absolutely right, depending on if you're prepared or not.
If calculated, things can go well. If not calculated, you don't want to
Disaster
know the
strikes.
outcome.
Yeah. We have now hit 5 minutes of episode
5 minutes of episodes? Dear goodness, that's a long time.
by just talking randomly. That's the point of random thought. Yes, I know.
The power of random thoughts.
I
We
had
think the thoughts and now we do the thumps.
one of the episodes that I made to the podcast. You should watch that episode. It was really late at night. But that episode I made, it was like talking about like if you could make a nightlight that was hooked to your ceiling light, and when the nightlight was off, the ceiling light was on, but it only happened if you used the nightlight switch and not like the room switch. Like if you
Makes
used the room switch, if you turn the nightlight off and then turned your ceiling light off, you would have a dark room. Till you turn that nightlight back on, then you fuck up the circuit. But you know,
not gonna lie, I was actually watching one of your other podcasts, and I thought I accidentally stumbled into shower thoughts.
what do you mean?
I remember watching this one guy, PM Seymour,
Yep.
and he normally does like these shower thought videos where it's just like he just goes on the Tumblr and reads some shower thoughts. Very intriguing stuff.
Yeah. His videos, it came from Tumblr. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I stumbled into one of the shower thoughts sections when I watched one of your random thoughts the one time, and I was like,
I
pretty
only
interesting.
I only have 2 episodes. The introduction and the crazy nighttime thoughts.
Yep, that is exactly the one.
That is exactly the one you fell onto.
Yep.
Nice. Well, guess what? You get to be featured in episode 2, which is going to be ported over to YouTube and Google Podcasts and Spotify. And obviously, it's going to be on Anchor because it's being uploaded through Anchor, but whatever.
I am included.
Yeah, you're included. And now I need to figure out how to get Morgan in here. And then the 3 of us can talk randomly for hours because we're already at 7 minutes.
Calculated.
Yes.
Man, if I keep this up, I might as well just start recording some Minecraft. Dear goodness.
I know, right? Hey, is OBS going?
Nope.
Good. I don't want it to accidentally capture this whole conversation.
Nah, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm doing it, but I'm doing it on purpose, right?
Yeah, you're capturing this conversation for content. I'm capturing this conversation by accident. There is a difference.
Yeah. Okay. Um,
Um,
do you think tomorrow we should read an "Am I the Asshole" post?
I don't know. I'm not even sure if I'll be open.
Really? You're not sure if you'll be available between 5 and 7 p.m. tomorrow?
Nope.
All right, then I'll see if I can drag Morgan down.
Cool. You have 2 sources of content.
Yay!
I'm expendable.
Totally not.
Yep.
Because
I'm
I
replaceable.
might feature you in a Spotify only episode, which will make you that much more famous.
I'm a limited time character.
Yeah, because if you get featured on a Spotify only episode, right? Well, what are people going to do then? It's going to force them to go to Spotify to get that episode. Because I can't put it on YouTube because that requires downloading the audio files. And I can't put it on any other podcast platform because it contains the Spotify only format, right? So it
I'm gonna be a
forces.
limited time character.
Yeah. So what it'll do is it'll force people to go to Spotify to get that episode, which will increase the Spotify audience, which will increase the Anchor audience, which will increase audiences on the other distribution platforms because people are going to want to try and check that out to get to the podcast, to get episodes that are Spotify only. It's a chain reaction that once started can't be stopped.
We're going to become the loop. We're going to become the cycle. We are the what's it called? Well, I lost my train of thought now.
We are the cycle.
Anyway, random thought. What do you think about Dungeons and Dragons?
Dungeons and Dragons is it's pretty decent. I mean, I haven't played in a campaign yet, so I don't have a professional opinion on it. But
I'll invite you to one of mine sometime then.
alright then, good luck with that. Walk there.
Well, Well, I can run it online, so
I guess
you're
so.
not safe.
All right. How do you feel about water?
Water? Pretty
Mm-hmm.
cringe. I drink it a lot, but I also use it for weightlifting.
Cool. Do you have any pets?
I have a puntable cat.
How do you feel about your punchable cat?
Oh, right. I have a question. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, I'll just mark this episode as explicit.
Okay. This is a really important question because the only way I can call over the cat is by swearing.
Okay.
I refuse to. I refuse to use the cat's name because now, pardon me for my language, but calling the cat little shit and having it come running over to me is the best thing ever.
Really?
Little shit. Hi.
It
Hi,
actually works.
gorgeous. Hi. How are you? Hey,
Imagine,
Sheila.
imagine he bites you.
It. Per, she just got offended. It's a she,
Oh, sorry. Imagine she bites you. She's gonna
and
bite me when she sees me.
she is a parrot. Why? Because I can bring her up to my shoulder and she will just sit there.
Like a couch potato, like you.
I'm a chair chip. Thank you very much.
Cherry chip, same thing.
I I'm pretty sure I invented that, so it's now my phrase. Chair chip.
You
When you
gotta,
sit in the chair all day instead of sitting on the couch.
you gotta trademark that, my guy.
Nah, I'm not gonna trademark it. It's for public. It's for public. I'm not gonna trademark it because then I get paid. I don't want to steal money from people.
Isn't that what we're doing with this podcast episode, which is now 12 minutes long?
You keep listening with time. I don't think they need a time marker on how long they've been here.
I know. I don't want to make the episode too long, but then again, you don't really have a limit when it comes to a podcast, so we could sit here all night for all I care.
Understandable. I got until my sister yells at me to do stuff. So
And when's that gonna be?
I have no idea.
Good.
It's the same reason why I have no idea when I'll be open tomorrow or whenever we're doing this.
I might
I'm
not.
pretty sure.
I might not do the next episode until like Saturday or Sunday. I don't know yet.
Ah, yes, the weekend when I'm doing 2 different math units.
Sorry. How was I supposed to know that? I don't live in Creston anymore.
Yeah, and I don't go to the high school anymore.
Why not?
Because I'm built different.
Clearly. Random
The
thought.
power of autism.
Shut. Random thought. How do you feel about the outdoors?
What y'all think about green beans? The outdoors, personally, are overrated.
Uh-huh.
Sure, there are really cool places to be and look, but you can just take one picture, and then you can enjoy that view from the comfy comforts of your house.
Right.
Plus, if you go outside, you have a
Another
chance of talking
random
to
thought.
people.
Do you like Bluetooth? Why or why not?
Yes, I do like Bluetooth. Why? Because I can either 1, fight over a speaker with my family, or
Mm-hmm.
2, reduce cord clutter.
Nice. Any questions for me? No?
Uh, I'm not gonna ask that question. That is actually questionable morality.
Again, if it goes on YouTube and people question it, I'll just pass it off as, hey, I can pass it off as if we were drunk, okay?
No, I'm just not sure if it's like actually appropriate to ask, so I'm not going to.
I can pause the recording and then you can ask the question.
Gonna interrupt tonight's episode for a few short seconds. My YouTube analytics show that only 6.6% of viewers are subscribed. If we could please fix that, that would be lovely. Thank you.
And I
Okay,
don't feel comfortable answering it.
understandable. I'm just asking beforehand instead of just asking it on the recording. Why?
Yeah.
Because I have lost friends because of my misunderstandings. So, playing that
Right.
safe.
Okay. Anything else you want to ask? This might be the last little bit of at least this segment.
What games do you like?
Hmm?
What games do you like?
I know a wide variety, like Rocket League, Call of Duty, Minecraft, Terraria, that sort of game. I'm more into RPG and first-person style games, but play a wide variety of games, including play games. So that's cool.
Have you ever played Hollow Knight before?
I have not.
I cannot recommend it more to you. Play it.
I will eventually. Am I the asshole for bringing my baby to a child-free wedding? Question mark. My cousin lives a 6-hour drive from me and the rest of our family. A few months ago, we all drove over there for his wedding. Due to limited space, no children were invited to the wedding except for the bride's young nieces and nephews. Current input? Hello?
I love paying attention.
Totally. Okay. What is your current input on what was just read?
Quite a long drive.
Quite a long drive indeed. That all?
Yes.
Alright, go mute again. My baby was 10 months old at the time, and I wasn't comfortable leaving him alone in an unfamiliar place with a stranger, which was a babysitter that my other cousins hired for their own kids. So I decided to bring him to the wedding. I wrote on the RSVP that I was bringing him, but he would be sitting on my lap and I would bring my own food for him. My cousin didn't say anything, so I assumed that he was okay with it. Input?
First of all, mighty assumptions. Second of all, reasonable not trusting some stranger
Yes, very reasonable.
with like a 10-month-old child. Pretty young.
Yeah.
Pretty young.
Yep. That
In
all?
point has been stated.
Alright. You know what to do. This one's a pretty short one. My baby cried at the ceremony, but I quickly took him out of the room. At the reception, I had him with me the whole time in a body carrier. He didn't make much of a fuss, and I thought everything was okay. Input so far?
Understandable. I'm guessing it's good that they took the child out of the room when they started to cry. Good input on the action. Good input on the action.
Yep.
And it seems like everything's going fine. So let's see how the story will continue.
Alright. After the wedding, my aunt, the groom's mother, confronted me and told me that I was rude for bringing my baby without permission. I explained that I wrote on the RSVP what I was planning to do, but my cousin didn't object. She said that my cousin and his bride had a problem with it, but the bride didn't want to start any drama because she didn't know me well. This is a doozy. What's your input?
Understandable that they didn't want to cause some trouble. It is supposed to be a happy occasion. But it is understandable that they are upset. They did request not any children would be present.
Right. That's all?
Input has been stated.
Alright, if that's all. My other cousin's baby was 7 months old at the time, and my aunt said that he had no problem leaving his baby with the quote-unquote certified babysitter, and I should have done the same. And some of my cousins were upset because they thought that the groom gave me special treatment by letting me bring my baby and making them leave their kids with a babysitter. I didn't mean to start any drama. Am I the asshole? Answers. Go.
It is understandable that they think that they received special treatment. I'm not sure if they are the asshole or not.
Yeah, that one's a bit fuzzy. But if you do ever come up with an answer, you know where to find this episode. It'll actually come out on YouTube before it goes on Spotify, right? So, yeah, okay. Am I the asshole for telling my sister she would have been an awful mother? I, 33 male, am a single foster dad to Andrew, 7 male. I started fostering him during COVID and hope to adopt him as soon as possible. My parents love my kid and they babysit every chance they get. My brother and Sael also watch him a lot. They have 3 kids and they are great friends with Andrew. My sister had many miscarriages throughout the years. The last one was just weeks ago. My sister loved Andrew at the beginning. Then he started showing interest in ballet, dresses, pink clothes, Barbie dolls, etc. All your usual girl stuff, quote unquote. I'm fine with it. He is a child that is inventing his identity, and social gender norms are ridiculous anyway. He is also letting his hair grow long, and it grew over his shoulders already. My sister strongly disapproves of me letting my son be whoever he is. She always buys him, quote unquote, boys' clothes and toys, which he doesn't like, so he never uses it. I have told her repeatedly to either buy him things he likes or simply buy him nothing. The other day she was watching him, and when I came over to pick him up, my sister lives at my parents', he was dressed in boys' clothes and his hair was cut, very short. I asked him what happened and he said that Auntie took him to the hairdresser and shopped for appropriate clothes. He started crying when he told me. I lost it and asked my sister what the F is wrong with her. I told my son to go wait in the car and then I told my sister that she is never watching him again. She said she just wants what's best for him. I told her he is my child, not hers, and I'm the one who decides what he needs and what he gets. She said I am a horrible father, and I replied, "You would have been an awful mother." She cried. My mom said I didn't need to be that mean. My dad said my sister was out of line doing that to my kid. Some of my friends said that I was an asshole for saying that so soon after she lost her baby. Am I the asshole here?
That's bullshit.
Very much.
Man, that person's being homophobic. What the fuck?
Very. I'm actually triggered by this story.
Okay, calm down, calm down. We don't want to cause trouble.
I'm not freaking out. I'm just saying that this story is a little triggering to me.
You're
Just
not
a little
freaking out. You just want to say hi to that person with a shotgun.
bit.
There is a difference.
I just want to talk to them, yeah. Okay, should we do one more, or do you think that's it?
I'm chill with continuing with whatever you want.
Alright.
I-
Am I the asshole for not taking on my coworker's shift? So I work in retail. This morning I got a text while I was asleep. I didn't hear my phone go off. So it was a good 2 hours before I even saw the text. My manager said they needed me to come in because Brenda, my coworker, couldn't come in. Her shift started at 2 p.m. The text was sent at 10 a.m. It was now noon. I had plans for later that night, so I texted him. Okay, I couldn't come in. He told me, "Well, if you don't come in, Brenda will have to come in." I told him, "I guess she'll have to come in." He then replied, "Okay, well, okay, well, I guess she's just going to have to miss her son's first birthday then." I told him, "I'm sorry, but I have plans." He then went off on me about how I was horrible and heartless. I just responded, "Why didn't she request the day off in advance? Did she forget her child was born?" Oh my god. Okay, sorry. The manager said that they would talk to me the next morning, the next time I came in. Am I the asshole? Oh my god.
So that was a lot.
Just the response of, did she forget her child was born?
So very choice words were used in the situation. One of the parties forgot to plan ahead, and the other one, even like, understandable that they have plans. That's
Mhm.
all understandable and nonsense. But the choice of words were not necessary.
They really weren't. Okay.
It was both bizarre on both sides. I feel like both of them could have handled this better.
Yep. Am I the asshole for telling my wife that putting our son to bed was now her job and then moving my bed into a separate room? Sorry about the mouthful title. I tried to be as descriptive as possible. Yeah, well, shit happens. The situation is basically that I, 35 male, and my wife, 29 female, have a 2-year-old son. She is a HM, whatever that means. And I work full time, usually from 6:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. or so. Being a toddler, my son should generally be sleeping between 11 and 14 hours a day. Therefore, what my wife and I aim for is for him to wake up at 7 a.m., do all the typical daily activities, take a nap starting between 1:30 p.m. and 2 p.m. for 2 hours, okay, and then go to bed again at 8 p.m. This would give him a good 13 hours of sleep a day. I'm typically in charge of getting him to sleep at night, while she obviously puts him down for his afternoon nap. Input?
They have a plan. They got a schedule. This stuff is calculated.
Yes. For the past several months, my wife has gotten incredibly lazy with putting him to bed. I understand that it's not always easy, but she has essentially worked out a new system. She waits for him to be utterly exhausted at about 4 p.m., puts him in bed, then wakes him between 6 and as late as 6:30. Input?
They are starting to put slack in the job. I understand that taking care of a child is very heavy work, but you got a routine.
Why would you break the routine if you already had one, right?
Never break the chain.
Never. Never ever. Therefore, when I try to get him to bed between 8 and 9, he's not tired at all. It's basically a horrible wrestling match to get him to stay in bed as he shrieks and cries and bites and doesn't want to sleep because he's simply not tired. It takes me up to 2.5 hours to get him to bed, which is horribly unfun for both of us. Input?
Understandable pain. Understandable pain.
Alright.
Wrestling a child to go to bed? Very troublesome.
Not fun.
Terrible.
Last night I finally told my wife that until she fixes his sleep schedule, I'm not going to clean up her mess anymore. I moved my bed into another room, locked the door, and went to bed as soon as she put him to sleep. This morning she was exhausted from doing so and in a terrible mood because apparently having to do what I've been doing for months was bad. She told me that I need to be more active in helping out with him, and I responded that I'll happily do so when she actually gets him down for his nap at a reasonable time. I honestly don't think about out of line here, but am I being an ass? Give me your answers.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I personally think, due to the fact that it is somebody else, literally, you two decided to share the workload,
Yes.
and now that the other person is slacking and is making you do more work, it shouldn't be your fault. It shouldn't be your responsibility.
Right.
This is unreasonable.
It is very unreasonable. Eyes, original story based on a nightmare I had. Still a WIP. Beginning scene. Dinner party at old big mansion house on Cape Cod. Me, my wife, mom, and dad. Owners of house tell wife that they have a toddler son who is blind. They ask us to go and explore the house before dinner because it's an antique. Wife and I make our way upstairs into the playroom. I walk inside and immediately notice a doll on the shelf looking at me. As I move, it turns its head just slightly enough for me to notice. Being a tech nerd, I'm not yet afraid, instead curious to see as it is placed adjacent to this crib. I walk over to the doll and pick it up. I assume it's motion sensor camera for the blind child to alert the parent of the blind child's movement. As I pick up the doll, I notice a USB plug on the bottom. Wife and I bring the doll over to a nearby computer and plug it in. We click the most recent file to see what happens. Turns out the doll is in fact a camera. No? No reaction?
Nope.
Alright.
This is just reminding me of seeing people as Transformers.
Okay. Middle scene.
Hey.
Middle scene. The video shows the blind boy climbing out of his crib onto the floor, and he makes his way to the window. The window slowly opens by itself. The child giggles innocently and climbs out the window, disappears for half a second, and begins to fly in the dark night. Wife and I scream in terror as we just witnessed something no human should ever have to see. We run downstairs with the doll in hand, begging the house owners to watch the footage. We all go back up and click the next file. This one shows the doll on the floor next to the owner's bed, just staring at them as they sleep. No reaction?
Nah, honestly, I'm just thinking the baby has superpowers.
I guess so. Alright. End twist. The doll is in fact being controlled by the blind child who uses it as his own eyes.
Yo, give him his eyes back.
Yeah, give the boy his eyes back. Do you think we have time for one more story?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure we do. A Monster's Heartache. It's been about a month now since I had my accident, and I've lost everything. My home, my husband, and my kids. He won't even speak to me. Every time I try to go visit my kids, he stops them from seeing me. And he closes the blinds and the curtains, tells our kids to ignore me. Our kids are only young. They don't understand what is happening, let alone why they aren't allowed to see me. I am their mom. I carried them inside my body for 9 months. I held them and watched them take their first breath. I just want to see them. It's been a month now since I had my accident, and I've lost everything. My home, my husband, my kids, and my life. What do you think of that?
That's just weird.
Yeah. That was a relatively short one, though.
Yeah, but yeah, we were just trying to find a short one to wrap it up.
Who said that was going to be the last story?
You did.
No, I didn't. Okay, I might
You
have, but
said this was the last one.
yeah. Well, I lied. I want to do another one.
The mission changes. It always changes.
It always changes. Haunted. Around 6 months ago, I was home alone, sitting in my room scrolling through TikTok. My mom was in Arizona, and my dad was with my brother at his baseball game practice. My mom was supposed to be in Arizona for another 2 days, so I knew she wasn't home. And my brother still had another hour of baseball practice left. I have 2 dogs that were upstairs at the time. One was by my door asleep, and one was asleep on the couch. This might sound weird and creepy, but I have memorized my family's footsteps. My dad has loud footsteps that come up the stairs at a medium pace. My mom has soft footsteps and and comes up at a medium pace. My brother has loud footsteps that come up at a fast pace. I have loud and soft footsteps depending on how fast I go. My dog, who is by my door, has loud, fast footsteps. My dog, who is asleep on the couch, has very slow footsteps that you can hear from side to side due to her hip injury, where she goes upstairs in a zigzag pattern. Any thoughts so far?
Am I not supposed to memorize people's the way people step?
According to this story, you're not.
Is that not normal?
No, it's completely normal to memorize the footsteps pattern of people in your house. Okay, back to the story. While I was on TikTok, I heard footsteps going up the stairs, so I paused the video I was watching to see if it was a video or not. It wasn't the video. The footsteps were quiet and slow. My room was right by the stairs, so that's how I heard it. It didn't sound like my parents' or brother's footsteps. I knew for a fact that my dog was still by my door. I could hear him. I could hear him against my door when he moved. And I would have heard my other dog get up. She has loud footsteps. So I knew for a fact that it wasn't my dog's. I still heard the footsteps going up the stairs, getting closer to the top. I looked out my window, creaking my driveway. I looked out my window, checking my driveway. No one was home. Knowing it wasn't my family's or my dog's footsteps, I locked my door. Once I heard it get off the stairs into the floor, it stopped. I still have no explanation for it at all, but I'm happy I didn't check to see what it was, because I don't know what could have happened if I checked, and I don't want to know.
Could have been an invader.
It could have been. Alright, that'll be the last story for tonight.